Namaste, 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 beautiful, beautiful cosmic beings. Hi, Louise. So good to see you. So I'm going to be getting started in a few moments. I'm just waiting for people to arrive and join. Please let me know you're here. Send a little hello, a comment, leave your name if I don't know you already. I'm really excited to be here with you today. So I'm just going to put in the comments on Instagram the topic so that those of you joining can read and know what we're talking about. So it's a juicy one today. Whoop, whoop. Oh, aren't they always juicy? Okay. And those of you that are joining on our Facebook page, you can already see the topic. So, okay, those of you on Instagram, challenges are our treasures. We're going to be talking about this today. It is, it's one of my favorite topics. It's something that I absolutely love to teach my students on my online training programs and my teacher training programs. It is such a beautiful topic and such a beautiful gift to ourselves and to the world. Hi, Melissa, my darling. Hi, Vicky. Amazing to see you. Okay, so we're going to get into this topic. Our challenges are also our most beautiful, valuable treasure. And I'm going to share with you in a moment my 5 main reasons why I feel that our challenges are our biggest value assets. But I want to start off with putting a little bit of context to this, because there's something that my friends and my clients come to me a lot with, and that I spend a lot of my time guiding. So, and see if this resonates with you, right? Please leave comments, leave me some messages. Let me know if any of this resonates with you. Please ask questions. I would love to just get into a flow and get into a discussion as well. I'd love to involve you and your comments and your experiences. So I get a lot of people coming to me and saying, Natasha, I keep getting these memories of this thing that happened a long time ago. And I thought I dealt with that. I really thought I dealt with that. I thought I'd done so much work, and it's coming up now and it's making me feel anxious because I don't want to go back there. And I really thought I dealt with it. Why is this arising now? Does that resonate with any of you? Are there any of you out there that have experienced memories or maybe even sensations in the body, feelings in the body coming up that remind you of something, an event, something that happened that was really uncomfortable, that felt really unsafe, that was maybe even traumatic, that you experienced and you can remember experiencing? And that memory comes up, or that feeling in the body comes up, and you look at that and you go, whoa, where's that coming from? I really thought I dealt with that. I genuinely thought that I dealt with that. That just needs to go away. So this is a major, major, major indicator that deep healing can continue to occur, but often we mistake it because the discomfort of the memory of that experience of that trauma is still stored in the body. Hi, all you beautiful people that are joining. So the memory of that trauma or the memory of that experience is still in the body because we haven't fully purged it. We haven't fully transmuted it. And even though we've worked on it in the past, there's still a part of that energy that's sitting in our energy field. And sometimes these experiences that we have or trauma that we have, sometimes it takes a while for that energy to fully transmute and fully be purged from the system. And sometimes we might even have residues of that because often these experiences are connected to lots of different parts of us. And if those experiences were a really long time ago, it's likely that it's like there are tentacles to that energy. And those tentacles are just kind of connecting to different emotions, different parts of the body even. And so often the healing that is required for that event or that burden that we're carrying, often that healing that's required is a sustained, consistent healing effort so that we can make sure that over time, those energies are transmuted fully. So when the memory comes up, it is an indication that residue is still there, that there's part of that energy still there. But what happens is the discomfort comes up and we default into that feeling. And there are other parts in our body that remember or that feel unsafe to go there, to go into that feeling. Okay, or that remember that feeling and being so unsafe. So we default into that part of us that doesn't want to go there, that feels like it's unsafe to go into that tender, vulnerable wound or part of us that's being opened up. So immediately, parts of us are coming up with these solutions to try and close it down. And part of that is, I thought I dealt with that. I just don't want to look at that. But if we can lean into that tenderness, lean into that memory, lean into what is arising, and remember that we're in a different place now. We have a lot of resources and we really can work through this. If we can hold that space for ourselves, remember the abundance of our soul energy, remember that we are having access to stability all the time, then actually we can journey into that and we can release those final residues. And I wanted to share that with you because this is an integral part of the healing process that a lot of people just simply bypass. And a lot of people, because that block comes up of, oh my God, this is so discomforting. A lot of us want to just immediately look for in other directions as to, and ask that, why me? Why now? I thought it's a way of just kind of pushing that needs healing away from us because it feels so discomforting. So I wanted to start here because I want to reassure you that when you feel discomfort and when challenges are coming up and being revealed to you, it's a reminder that that energy is still there and that there are parts of you and certainly your soul and higher self that wants these burdens and these energies to be transmuted and is going to work in your favor to support these energies to be transmuted. And in this process, our challenges become our greatest teachers. So I'm going to get into why I feel that challenges just are our treasure. So I've just mentioned one. So challenges are our greatest teachers. Okay. So they reveal to us aspects of ourselves, deeper and deeper aspects of ourselves. Louise, my darling, enjoy the release. Enjoy the grace of where you're at, darling. Okay. So our challenges reveal to us deeper aspects of ourselves, and particularly deeper aspects of our soul blueprint. And our soul blueprint is really the journey of our soul. This is, just magic for me. Our soul has journeyed over many, many, many lives and has learned many, many lessons and has done everything. The good, the bad, and the ugly, if we're going to look at this from a dualistic point of view. We've been everything, we've been everyone, okay? So when we start to drop into our challenges, we have the opportunity to acknowledge and accept that these challenges are arising because we are attracting these challenges because of the energy that we're giving out. Okay. The energy that we're giving out is directly related to the energy that we've accumulated over our past lives, and also that's coming through from the ancestral line as well. So from literally from the minute we are born as babies, we are manifesting our challenges. We are manifesting our abundance because of the energy that we're giving out. So really being able to be with our challenges and feel and see and get to know our challenges is a really beautiful way of receiving that insight, those downloads, and those knowings of the journey of our soul, where we've been and what we've learned. And this is really wonderful in helping to reaffirm our confidence and our clarity in our journey, in our soul path, and also the confidence that the challenges that we are experiencing are really here to support us for our highest and greatest good. So, okay, yes, we're attracting these based on where our energy is and has been and what we've accumulated in past lives and all of these things. Hello, you beautiful people joining. Thank you so much for joining. If you scroll down to the comment right at the bottom, you'll see what we're talking about. Okay, I forgot where I was at. But anyway, challenges, our treasures. Okay, yes. So why is it useful to know about our past lives and our ancestral burdens and what this brings up? Well, I mean, it really helps us to fully appreciate ourselves and fully appreciate where we've been and just how much we've learned and how far we've journeyed. Another thing that I notice is and I've experienced as well, gosh, is that we tend to really beat ourselves down, and this story and narrative of I'm not enough, which is really largely fed to us by the media and by capitalism, and because that's what makes that whole system drive. But this narrative, which is encoding our being with the I'm not enough, I need to be doing more so that this whole system out there works, and so that we can stay enslaved to all of this, that can run the show and can make us forget that not only are we enough, we have been through enough. We have done enough. We've achieved enough. If you knew how many past lives that you'd led and how many beautiful things you'd done and how many people you'd helped and how much impact you'd had. Hi, Eddie. If you knew all of the accumulated merit that you have, which is called punya in the Vedic tradition, if you knew all of this, you absolutely would be willing to blast this I'm not enough narrative completely out of the water. So dropping into our soul journey, understanding our soul journey through all the tools that there are out there. There are many, many tools, and I'm going to share some of that at the end of this. Dropping into our soul blueprint really helps us to affirm our position and our place in the world and why we've been born right here, right now, because we really are at a very, very, very special time in the evolution of humanity. And so many of us have been called here to support this pulling of humanity into these lighter, higher frequencies and states of consciousness that we are moving into. It's not a case of, oh my God, we're going to move back and the earth is getting to a point of no return. Like, no. That's just another fear story. We are heading in one direction and one direction only. And once we slingshot into this direction, then all the technologies to clean up all the plastic and all of the crap and all of the fear and everything is just going to happen like this. It's going to be like, it's just going to be happening. Okay. We don't have to worry, but we just need to get through this bit, because Kali Yuga, the last era, the epoch that we've been in, which is the very dark, dense era, is still trying to pull us, and the fear is still trying to keep us here. But actually, we are propelling forward. So side note, and if you want to know more about that, then please watch some of my other IGs. They IG lives or Facebook live videos, because I go deeper and deeper into time and the epochs that we're in right now. The Tanyo way, we are always enough. There are no limits on what we can do. Absolutely. There are no limits, because we really are limitless. We really are so much more powerful and capable than we even give ourselves credit for. And again, if you knew your soul blueprint, you would understand that you are limitless. So working through our challenges in this way, really being able to face our challenges, also shows us where our consciousness is at. It shows us how we are perceiving, so the fine-tuning of our perception, how we're seeing things, how we are perceiving our reality. It's showing us the mechanisms of our mind. So what are our default settings? And there are certain feelings that are just come in and just overwhelm and flood the system because they're connected to some really deep stuff. And there's some stuff that comes up and then we're like, oh, okay, I can observe that. We can drop into that observer state of from self energy very easily. And there's no judgment. It doesn't mean that you're more advanced or less advanced. No. It's another fear tactic. It's just that we all have this mix, okay, of experiences. We're all a mixed bag. We're all individually unique. And even people who have done 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years of therapy and working on themselves and are teachers and guides in their own right will still tell you that there are things that come up and that completely flood them, and it takes them a while to really unblend and unhook from that. And it's just completely related to the intensity of that experience back then and the burdens and where we're at in terms of clearing that. So our challenges really show us that, like, the depths of our consciousness, our mind and our body, and what's really going on. And these challenges also give us an insight in how we can support others, how we can draw upon our own experience in order to support our families and support our communities, to be a greater empath, to be able to draw from our own experience and share from a place of knowing. And that quality of the reassurance that we give to people that it's okay, you're not mad, I've been through something similar before, is so powerful. It's so powerful. And often we feel like we have, often we have this rescuer thing within us. It's another code. It's another kind of fear-based, ingrained conditioned behavior. Like we need to rescue everybody. That just causes more mess and more energy mess that we have to clear up, especially because if you're completely unaware of the rescuer within you, you're leading with that mind energy, with that, and potentially with a strong ego energy coming in through there. So it becomes about our own agenda to know, I know that I'm right, and so I'm going to tell you what I think you should do because you are in a position you need rescuing. There's just like layers and layers and layers and layers of judgment there, okay, rather than just the full acceptance and acknowledgement that that person is on their journey, and that journey is bringing them their own treasure and is helping to upgrade them. Until then, they are able to fully journey through their journey, they are going to be cleaving their own treasure from that. And it is not our job to take away from that, because that's taking away from their free will, and the karmic implications of that are more intense. That's more of a deeper karmic burden for you to clear. It's like writing that karma in pen and then being like, shit, how do I erase that? We want to be writing our karma, if anything, in pencil so we can easily rub it out. So we need to, so some of our actions really have much more intense karmic implications. And that's one of them. So we want to come out of the rescuer or out of the perpetrator, because sometimes the rescuer can turn into the perpetrator, and it's quite aggressive and violent in terms of, you need to do this. And I know that because that's a role that I've had a tendency to drop into when left unrefined. Is that like that? It's like needing to then use violence and anger to force somebody to see a point, or to do something that you think is better for them. And it's all, again, coming back to that fear-based projection. So when we can accept and acknowledge that our challenges are our treasure and really feel that, and we can then resist this pulling of the body, this intense, super intense urge that the body has to just tell people what to do. Because there's also the remembrance there of our own trauma, of our own experiences where it was so shit and so bad and we couldn't deal with it. It's like, I don't want anyone else to go through that. And so that's when we really try and manipulate others into avoiding it. And really it's their own path. So we can really help people in a clean and clear way when we understand our own challenges. We can show up, we can share our own experiences rather than trying to jump in and interpret their experience. Because this is another thing. Do you notice if you go to somebody with a problem and you haven't defined your boundaries, and you're like, or they really get it out of you, they can really see that you're going through something, and you're like, no, I'm fine, and they're like, no, tell me, and then you sit and you share it with them, and really all you need is somebody just to like be there and listen and just give really basic level reassurance. And it's okay, you're not crazy, I've gone through this, it's all good, what do you need? Really, that's really that is a clean, boundaried approach to supporting someone. But then that person kind of, you share, and then they go, oh God, yeah, and they start maybe telling you what they went through in detail. And then they go, well, do you not think it's because of this? Do you not think it's because you did that thing? Or even if it's like coming from, as clear a place as they can, like, oh, maybe it's, but we are still taking away from their experience. We are still because we are imposing. So we want to show up to people in a really clear way, be clear vessels to support and guide people. Okay, so beautiful responses. Humbleness. We become humble when we really recognize our own challenges, what they've taught us, and and really look at those teachings, because some of those teachings are really icky to look at. It's like, oh my God, it's cringy to think that I behaved in that way. It's like devastating to remember some of the things I said and the ways that I felt that I had to behave. And but it is humbling also when I'm able to come to a place of peace and grace with that. It's also humbling because I remember I'm just human and I can come off my pedestal. Like, I'm not a guru. Okay. I'm not like this. Who do I think I'm trying to be here? I am a soul on this journey, committed and willing to do what I can and share what I can from a place of integrity. And what that means is allowing people to own themselves and own their own journey. Okay, so I want to guide us into a reflective little practice. And for this, I have a few questions that I want to share with you. And it would be really beautiful if you maybe found a quiet spot, if you got yourself comfortable, maybe even close your eyes and go inwards and start to tune into yourself at a deeper level. Maybe take a few big, deep breaths. Or you can keep your eyes open, maybe get your journal out or some paper, write some of these questions down, and just allow yourself to flow with this reflective practice as well. Hello, beauties. Thank you so much for joining at this time. So I'm just about to share a reflective practice, which is to help us see the treasure of our challenges at a deeper level. So if you're joining us, please make yourself comfortable, where you can either close your eyes or grab a piece of paper or a journal, write these questions down, and tune in that way. Okay, so the first question I am going to ask is, what has been a big challenge, or a few, what have been the big challenges that have dominated portions of your life? What has been, or what have been big challenges, juicy challenges that have dominated parts or a big part of your life? And this can be maybe challenges that you remember from being younger, maybe that you feel that you've overcome or you have overcome. Or this can be challenges that you're currently working through. This can also be challenges that you have found consistently arising in your life. Maybe you notice they came back in a slightly different form, or maybe it comes back exactly the same. So tune into what have been the big challenges that have dominated or that have showed up in big portions of your life. And maybe even some of these have come up at like really significant times in your life, certain age, perhaps. Okay, so that's the first question. So just tune into that, maybe write a few notes. Maybe a couple of things are arising, and just hold that in your consciousness. Give gratitude to whatever is arising. Acknowledge what arises by saying, I see you there. Any thoughts? And notice any sensations in the body also. And be really mindful to tend to anything that feels vulnerable or tender. Just give yourself what you need. Breathe down into that tenderness and vulnerability. Just be with it. And if you're getting any memories also with this, again, just breathe into these memories. Remind yourself that it's all okay and that this is coming up because you're ready to see it. Use the breath to regulate yourself, and remember that you have the tools of self-regulation. Okay. The next question is, what aspects does this challenge bring into light? So perhaps relationships, health, work-life balance, perhaps there are different aspects of your life, different themes that this challenge brings into light. So just tune into that for a moment. Maybe there are some common themes arising. The next question is, reflect on the journey, your journey of working through these challenges or overcoming these challenges. So maybe this isn't something to fully go into right now because we have limited time, and maybe this is something for you to speak with somebody else about, to explore maybe yourself when you have more time. Maybe go for a walk and bring up one of these challenges and just allow yourself to see and remember how you worked through it. So reflect on the journey of working through or overcoming that challenge. And if you're in it now, reflect on this journey that you're in now of overcoming this challenge, of actively working through it. So specifically, and this is the next question, what lessons has this challenge taught you? Now, if this is new for some of you, this is where you're going to want to spend more time after this transmission to really drop into the knowing, rather than into the mind trying to figure this out. Ask yourself this question and allow yourself to hear what your consciousness is telling you, what is arising within your consciousness, rather than trying to go and dig into your mind for the answer, because that's the mind trying to do the work. What lessons has the challenges taught you? Allow yourself to allow that to be revealed to you. What lessons has the challenge taught you? What has this challenge shown you about your capacity? What has this challenge shown you about your capacity? So this is joint with this question. What lessons has this challenge taught you, or what has this shown you about your capacity, about your strength, about your value, about what you are capable of? And finally, how can these lessons help others? How can this experience or these lessons help those around you? So I'm going to post these 5 questions in the comments section of this video after I've posted it, so that you have access and you can come back and you can do this reflective practice at another time. So feel free to just spend a moment, place a hand somewhere on your body, really give gratitude to what has arisen, what you've experienced, and all those parts that have come forward to share and to hold this space, and to any of those memories or that tenderness that's come up, just again, give it what it needs right now in this moment. Really tend to it and send your energy, your self energy, your loving, compassionate, clear energy down into that space. And if you haven't already, just open your eyes and come back into the space. So that last question is absolutely key, particularly for those of you that are practitioners and that are passionate about stepping into being a practitioner of integrity. And for those of you that don't know what that is, but like the sound of it, please tune in more, because this is my thing. This is what I spend a lot of time tuning into, and I'm sharing more and more and more. This is a central part of my message. A central part of what I do is I support practitioners to move from being a practitioner into being a facilitator, of facilitating healing, because there's a big difference between being a practitioner but being able to facilitate healing. Okay, when we're facilitating healing, we are stepping our agenda back and we are enabling, supporting that person to enable themselves really to self-heal. So our being confident about our treasure and our story and our journey is really key to guiding and supporting others to empower themselves and for the role we play in empowering them. This is where we understand where our capacities lie and how we can support each other, where we can draw upon that rawness and abundance of our own experience to support others in their journey. That becomes a guiding star and a strong rock for others to be able to, at the very least, not feel alone anymore. Thank you so much to everybody that joined. I really hope you enjoyed this transmission. I'm going to be sharing more and more like this as time goes on, really practical, juicy tools to help you step into your integrity. And to those of you who are practitioners, facilitators, healers, priestesses, earth keepers, wizards, warriors, therapists, please keep tuning in, because I'm going to be sharing more and more and more, speaking and sharing tools to support you to really step into your integrity as a conscious leader of tomorrow and as a facilitator of change and healing. This is what you are being called to do and to step forward. And I'm super excited to be here as a guide. If there's ever anything that you need, please get in touch. I offer free discovery calls at any time to anyone to help you step further into your path. I have some incredible things going on. A mugwort, mama mugwort plant medicine initiation happening in Manchester on next Thursday evening for a very small, intimate group of people. I have a free class every Wednesday where I guide beautiful souls into deep journeys of self-exploration, self-discovery, self-healing. And there's so much more. I don't know what to say, but I have to go now. I'm sending you all many, many blessings. Thank you so much to all of you that joined. I'm so grateful. And those of you that came later on, please do go back and watch the whole live. Please share this. Please like this. Please comment. I'm really passionate about reaching out to more people and just having this ripple effect out into society. So please share. Tag me on a story on Instagram and I will tag you back. I love you all. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Hari Om Tat Sat. All is one. And that is the truth.